Question 1. A project manager observes that team members frequently seek approval for minor decisions that they are capable of making independently. Which action best reflects the principle of empowering team members? A. Establish a formal approval process for all decisions to ensure consistency. B. Provide clear guidelines and delegate decision-making authority for specific tasks to the team. C. Remind the team that their primary role is to execute tasks as instructed. D. Increase daily stand-up meeting frequency to discuss all emerging issues and decisions. Answer: B. Provide clear guidelines and delegate decision-making authority for specific tasks to the team. Empowering team members means giving them the authority and autonomy to make decisions and take ownership of their work, which increases efficiency and engagement. When team members constantly seek approval for minor decisions, it indicates a lack of empowerment or clarity on their authority. Providing clear guidelines and explicitly delegating decision-making responsibility for appropriate tasks directly addresses this by equipping them to act independently within defined boundaries. This approach fosters trust and helps the team develop confidence in their judgment. Always look for ways to push decision-making to the lowest possible level within the team. Question 2. During a project retrospective, a team member expresses frustration about delays caused by waiting for the project manager's review of every deliverable. How should the project manager respond to foster a more empowered environment? A. Agree to review deliverables more quickly to avoid future delays. B. Delegate the review process to a senior team member to streamline workflow. C. Coach the team on how to conduct peer reviews and establish clear quality gates for self-inspection. D. Explain that as the project manager, ultimate responsibility requires their final approval. Answer: C. Coach the team on how to conduct peer reviews and establish clear quality gates for self-inspection. To empower a team, the project manager should enable them to take ownership of quality and processes, rather than remaining a bottleneck. Coaching the team on peer reviews and establishing clear quality gates allows them to self-inspect and take collective responsibility for deliverable quality, reducing reliance on the project manager for every review. This action fosters autonomy, builds team capability, and aligns with Agile principles of self-organizing teams. Remember, an empowered team takes accountability for its own output and quality. Question 3. A new Agile project team is struggling with self-organization, frequently asking the Scrum Master for task assignments and prioritization. What is the most effective approach for the Scrum Master to encourage team empowerment? A. Assign tasks to each team member and prioritize them to kickstart their work. B. Facilitate a working session where the team collectively identifies tasks and commits to them. C. Refer them to the product owner for all prioritization decisions. D. Remind them of the Agile Manifesto principles on self-organizing teams. Answer: B. Facilitate a working session where the team collectively identifies tasks and commits to them. Empowering a self-organizing Agile team means guiding them to take ownership of their work, rather than dictating it. By facilitating a session where the team identifies and commits to tasks themselves, the Scrum Master enables them to practice self-organization directly, building their capacity for autonomous decision-making and shared accountability. Simply reminding them of principles or directing them elsewhere does not provide the practical support needed to develop this crucial skill. A great way to empower a team is to provide the space and structure for them to make their own choices. Question 4. A project team member has identified a significant technical risk that could impact the project schedule. The team member also has a proposed solution but is hesitant to act without explicit permission. What is the best way for the project manager to demonstrate empowerment? A. Instruct the team member to document the risk and solution for review at the next project meeting. B. Thank the team member for identifying the risk and immediately implement their proposed solution. C. Encourage the team member to evaluate the solution thoroughly and, if confident, proceed with its implementation, keeping the project manager informed. D. Take over the risk mitigation process personally to ensure it is handled correctly. Answer: C. Encourage the team member to evaluate the solution thoroughly and, if confident, proceed with its implementation, keeping the project manager informed. Empowering team members involves trusting their expertise and giving them the authority to act on their judgment, especially when they bring a problem and a solution. By encouraging the team member to proceed with their well-thought-out solution, the project manager demonstrates trust and supports their initiative, while still requesting to be informed, which maintains awareness without stifling autonomy. This approach builds confidence and encourages proactive problem-solving within the team, fostering a culture where individuals feel valued for their contributions. Empowering team members means giving them the reins and trusting their ability to drive. Question 5. The project team frequently reports impediments that prevent them from progressing, requiring the project manager to constantly intervene. To empower the team more effectively, what should the project manager prioritize? A. Documenting all impediments and assigning them to specific team members for resolution. B. Establishing a dedicated impediment removal team reporting directly to the project manager. C. Training the team on problem-solving techniques and encouraging them to resolve common impediments independently first. D. Increasing the project manager's availability for immediate impediment resolution. Answer: C. Training the team on problem-solving techniques and encouraging them to resolve common impediments independently first. Empowering a team to resolve their own impediments reduces reliance on the project manager and builds the team's capabilities. By training the team on problem-solving, the project manager equips them with the skills to identify and overcome obstacles themselves, which is a key aspect of self-organization and team autonomy. While the project manager remains responsible for removing complex or external impediments, empowering the team to handle common issues fosters greater independence and efficiency. Remember, a truly empowered team can often navigate challenges without constant external intervention. Question 6. A project team member has been consistently performing well and showing initiative, often going beyond their assigned duties. To further empower and recognize this individual, what action should the project manager take? A. Assign them more complex tasks and responsibilities without additional support. B. Publicly acknowledge their contributions and explore opportunities for skill development or increased autonomy. C. Caution them against overcommitting and focus strictly on their core responsibilities. D. Offer a monetary bonus as the sole form of recognition. Answer: B. Publicly acknowledge their contributions and explore opportunities for skill development or increased autonomy. Empowering a high-performing team member involves recognizing their value and providing avenues for growth and increased ownership. Public acknowledgement reinforces positive behavior and motivates others, while exploring opportunities for skill development or increased autonomy directly aligns with empowerment principles, allowing the individual to take on more significant roles or make more decisions. This approach demonstrates trust and investment in the team member's growth, fostering a culture of continuous improvement and contribution. A great way to empower someone is to give them more responsibility and the tools to succeed. Question 7. The project manager identifies a potential conflict between two team members regarding the best technical approach for a module. Instead of directly intervening and dictating a solution, how can the project manager best empower the team to resolve this? A. Assign the technical decision to a third, neutral team member. B. Require both team members to submit their proposed solutions in writing for the project manager to review and select. C. Facilitate a discussion between the two team members, encouraging them to articulate their perspectives and collaboratively find a mutually agreeable solution. D. Separate the team members and assign them to different, unrelated tasks to avoid further conflict. Answer: C. Facilitate a discussion between the two team members, encouraging them to articulate their perspectives and collaboratively find a mutually agreeable solution. Empowering a team includes fostering their ability to resolve internal conflicts constructively and collaboratively. By facilitating a discussion, the project manager acts as a guide, providing a structured environment for the team members to communicate, understand each other's viewpoints, and work towards a shared solution. This approach builds conflict resolution skills within the team, reinforces their autonomy, and creates a more cohesive and self-reliant unit, rather than relying on top-down directives. An empowered team handles its own disagreements, turning potential conflict into productive dialogue. Question 8. An Agile project team has a critical decision to make regarding a technical dependency. Historically, the project manager would make such decisions. To empower the team, what should the project manager do? A. Announce their decision during the daily stand-up to ensure everyone is aware. B. Guide the team through a structured decision-making process, allowing them to collectively choose the best option. C. Request the most experienced team member to make the decision on behalf of the group. D. Delay the decision until the next sprint review to gather more input. Answer: B. Guide the team through a structured decision-making process, allowing them to collectively choose the best option. Empowering an Agile team involves allowing them to make critical decisions collectively, especially those directly impacting their work. Instead of making the decision themselves or designating a single person, the project manager, or Scrum Master in an Agile context, should act as a facilitator, providing a framework for the team to analyze options, discuss implications, and arrive at a consensus or chosen solution. This approach builds shared ownership, enhances problem-solving skills, and reinforces the principle of self-organization. True empowerment comes when a team owns its decisions and their outcomes. Question 9. A project team expresses concerns about the lack of clarity regarding their roles and responsibilities, leading to duplicated efforts and missed tasks. To empower the team and address this, what is the best course of action? A. Create a detailed work breakdown structure, WBS, and assign each team member specific WBS elements. B. Conduct a team workshop to collaboratively define and document roles, responsibilities, and team norms. C. Reassign team members to new roles based on individual skill sets, as determined by the project manager. D. Provide individual job descriptions to each team member and instruct them to adhere strictly to their defined duties. Answer: B. Conduct a team workshop to collaboratively define and document roles, responsibilities, and team norms. Empowering a team to define their own roles and responsibilities fosters ownership, clarity, and commitment. By facilitating a workshop where the team collaboratively determines their working agreements and clarifies who does what, the project manager enables a shared understanding and ensures that the definitions are practical and acceptable to those who will perform the work. This collaborative approach leads to higher engagement and more effective self-management compared to imposing predefined roles. An empowered team helps shape its own operating environment. Question 10. The project manager notices that team members are reluctant to bring up issues or admit mistakes, fearing negative consequences. This indicates a lack of psychological safety, which hinders empowerment. What should the project manager do to address this? A. Implement a strict policy for reporting errors to ensure accountability. B. Publicly praise team members who admit mistakes and highlight lessons learned from failures. C. Reassign team members who frequently make errors to less critical tasks. D. Conduct private one-on-one meetings to address each issue confidentially. Answer: B. Publicly praise team members who admit mistakes and highlight lessons learned from failures. Creating psychological safety is fundamental to true team empowerment, as it encourages open communication, experimentation, and learning from failures without fear of retribution. By publicly acknowledging those who admit mistakes and emphasizing the learning aspect, the project manager demonstrates that the environment supports transparency and continuous improvement, rather than blame. This action builds trust and encourages all team members to be more open about challenges, fostering a culture where risks are managed effectively and innovation thrives. Remember, a safe space to fail is a safe space to innovate. Question 11. An Agile team is struggling to meet sprint commitments. The product owner frequently changes priorities mid-sprint, causing disruption. How should the Scrum Master, focused on empowering the team, address this situation? A. Advocate for the team by explaining to the product owner the importance of stable sprint backlogs. B. Renegotiate sprint scope with the product owner during the daily stand-up with the team present. C. Coach the product owner on the impact of mid-sprint changes and work with the team to establish clear working agreements for backlog stability. D. Instruct the team to push back on the product owner's requests, even if it means missing commitments. Answer: C. Coach the product owner on the impact of mid-sprint changes and work with the team to establish clear working agreements for backlog stability. Empowering the team in an Agile context involves protecting their ability to focus and fostering effective collaboration with stakeholders. The Scrum Master's role is to coach both the team and the product owner, helping them understand Agile principles and the negative impact of certain behaviors. By coaching the product owner and establishing clear working agreements with the team, the Scrum Master enables the team to maintain sprint stability and take ownership of their commitments, rather than merely acting as an intermediary. This approach fosters a more empowered and predictable work environment for the team. Question 12. A project team member approaches the project manager with a new idea for improving a project process. The idea is sound but requires some initial investment and coordination. To empower this team member, what is the best immediate response? A. Thank them for the idea and inform them you will evaluate it when time permits. B. Encourage them to develop a detailed proposal, outlining the benefits and steps for implementation, and offer support for their initiative. C. Immediately approve the idea and instruct them to proceed with implementation. D. Ask other team members to validate the idea before considering it further. Answer: B. Encourage them to develop a detailed proposal, outlining the benefits and steps for implementation, and offer support for their initiative. Empowering team members means fostering their initiative and providing the necessary support for them to develop and implement their ideas. By encouraging the team member to further refine their proposal and offering support, the project manager validates their contribution, demonstrates trust in their capability, and gives them ownership of the improvement process. This approach helps the team member develop their strategic thinking and leadership skills, while also ensuring the idea is thoroughly vetted before execution. When a team member brings an idea, empowering them means helping them bring it to life. Question 13. During a project meeting, a team member consistently defers to the project manager for answers, even when they possess the necessary information or expertise themselves. This behavior indicates a lack of confidence or empowerment. What should the project manager do? A. Directly answer the questions to maintain meeting efficiency. B. Publicly acknowledge the team member's expertise and prompt them to provide the answer or solution. C. Schedule a private coaching session with the team member to address their confidence issues. D. Delegate all future questions on that topic to another, more vocal team member. Answer: B. Publicly acknowledge the team member's expertise and prompt them to provide the answer or solution. Empowering a team member involves building their confidence and encouraging them to step into their expertise. When a team member defers, publicly acknowledging their knowledge and then inviting them to share the answer directly helps reinforce their value and encourages them to take ownership of their contributions in front of the group. This subtle shift in responsibility can significantly boost their confidence and promote a more collaborative decision-making environment. Remember, sometimes empowerment means simply creating the space for someone to shine. Question 14. The project manager frequently finds themselves micromanaging tasks because they believe they can complete them faster or more accurately than the team. This practice, however, is leading to team disengagement. To shift towards empowering the team, what is the most critical first step? A. Implement stricter deadlines to motivate the team to work faster. B. Delegate entire work packages and trust the team to deliver, providing support when requested. C. Invest in advanced training for the team to increase their technical skills. D. Reduce the team's workload to ensure higher quality output. Answer: B. Delegate entire work packages and trust the team to deliver, providing support when requested. Micromanagement directly contradicts empowerment, as it removes autonomy and trust. The most critical first step to empowering a disengaged team is to consciously step back, delegate substantial chunks of work, like entire work packages, and demonstrate trust in their ability to deliver independently. This requires the project manager to shift from a controlling role to a supportive one, being available to assist only when the team explicitly needs help. This immediate demonstration of trust signals a fundamental change and allows the team to take ownership and rebuild engagement. True empowerment begins with letting go and trusting your team. Question 15. A project team is highly skilled but seems to lack the motivation to proactively suggest improvements or take initiative beyond assigned tasks. What can the project manager do to foster a more empowered and innovative environment? A. Implement a reward system for completing tasks ahead of schedule. B. Schedule regular innovation sessions where team members are encouraged to brainstorm and propose new ideas, with support for promising ones. C. Assign a dedicated innovation lead within the team to drive new ideas. D. Provide a detailed list of potential improvements for the team to consider. Answer: B. Schedule regular innovation sessions where team members are encouraged to brainstorm and propose new ideas, with support for promising ones. Empowering a team to be innovative means creating a structured opportunity and a safe space for them to contribute ideas and then supporting the execution of promising ones. Regular innovation sessions actively encourage proactive thinking and signal that the project manager values their creative input beyond mere task execution. By providing support for promising ideas, the project manager turns abstract encouragement into tangible empowerment, fostering a culture of continuous improvement and ownership. An empowered team doesn't just do the work, it helps to find better ways to do it. Question 16. The project manager needs to make an important decision that will significantly impact the team's workload and approach. To empower the team, what is the best approach for making this decision? A. Make the decision independently and then communicate it clearly to the team. B. Present the problem and relevant information to the team, then facilitate a discussion to enable them to make the decision collectively. C. Poll each team member individually for their preferred solution and then select the most popular one. D. Delegate the decision-making authority to the most experienced team member. Answer: B. Present the problem and relevant information to the team, then facilitate a discussion to enable them to make the decision collectively. Empowering a team on critical decisions that affect them means involving them directly in the decision-making process. By presenting the problem and relevant context, and then facilitating a collective discussion, the project manager leverages the team's combined expertise and fosters a sense of shared ownership and accountability for the outcome. This collaborative approach builds trust, ensures buy-in, and strengthens the team's ability to self-govern, which is a hallmark of an empowered unit. When decisions affect the team, an empowered team helps make them. Question 17. An Agile team decides to experiment with a new development tool, which is a deviation from the organizational standard. The project manager is initially hesitant due to potential risks. How should the project manager balance control with empowering the team? A. Prohibit the use of the new tool until a formal approval process is completed. B. Allow the team to proceed, but establish clear criteria for measuring success and potential risks, and request regular updates. C. Insist they use the standard tool, citing organizational policies. D. Conduct a detailed risk assessment and make the final decision on the tool's use. Answer: B. Allow the team to proceed, but establish clear criteria for measuring success and potential risks, and request regular updates. Empowering a team includes supporting their autonomy and experimentation, even when it involves deviations from standard practice. The project manager balances empowerment with responsibility by allowing the team to try the new tool, but by establishing clear metrics and requiring regular updates, they maintain visibility and control over the potential risks. This approach demonstrates trust in the team's judgment while ensuring accountability and the ability to intervene if necessary, fostering a culture of controlled experimentation and learning. Empowerment is not abdication, it's enabling autonomy within agreed boundaries. Question 18. The project team has identified an opportunity to significantly streamline a repetitive task by automating it. This automation would require a new skill set for one team member and some initial effort. To empower the team, what should the project manager do? A. Thank the team for the idea but suggest focusing on current tasks to avoid scope creep. B. Authorize the team member to acquire the necessary training and dedicate time to developing the automation, tracking its benefits. C. Seek external consultants to develop the automation to avoid burdening the team. D. Add the automation task to the project backlog for consideration in a future phase. Answer: B. Authorize the team member to acquire the necessary training and dedicate time to developing the automation, tracking its benefits. Empowering a team to improve its processes means supporting their initiatives, even when they require investment in new skills or initial effort. By authorizing training and dedicating time, the project manager demonstrates a commitment to the team's growth and process efficiency, and validates their proactive problem-solving. This action encourages continuous improvement and self-sufficiency, turning a good idea into a tangible benefit driven by the team itself. When a team sees a way to improve, empowerment means providing the means to do it. Question 19. A key project stakeholder often goes directly to individual team members with requests, bypassing the project manager, which sometimes leads to confusion and conflicting priorities. To empower the team while managing stakeholder communication, what is the best approach? A. Instruct team members not to respond to direct stakeholder requests without project manager approval. B. Arrange a meeting with the stakeholder to explain the formal communication channels. C. Coach the team on how to manage stakeholder expectations and direct requests to the appropriate channels or the project manager, as per team norms. D. Designate one team member as the sole point of contact for all stakeholder interactions. Answer: C. Coach the team on how to manage stakeholder expectations and direct requests to the appropriate channels or the project manager, as per team norms. Empowering the team involves equipping them to handle challenging situations independently, including managing stakeholder interactions. Instead of simply dictating rules or acting as a gatekeeper, coaching the team on how to professionally redirect or handle direct requests builds their communication and stakeholder management skills. This approach enables the team to maintain focus, protect their workflow, and reinforces established communication protocols, all while increasing their autonomy and confidence. Empowered teams can navigate complex external relationships themselves. Question 20. The project team is hesitant to make crucial design decisions, often citing a lack of complete information or fear of making the wrong choice. To empower them to move forward, what should the project manager emphasize? A. The importance of adhering to the original design specifications, minimizing changes. B. The concept of failing fast and learning from iterative development, encouraging calculated risks. C. The project manager's ultimate accountability for all design decisions. D. The need to wait for all information to be available before making any decision. Answer: B. The concept of failing fast and learning from iterative development, encouraging calculated risks. Empowering a team to make decisions, especially in uncertain environments, means fostering a culture where calculated risks are acceptable and learning from outcomes is prioritized. By emphasizing failing fast and iterative development, the project manager encourages the team to make progress with the best available information, knowing that adjustments can be made. This shifts the focus from avoiding error to maximizing learning and continuous improvement, which is crucial for autonomous decision-making and innovation. True empowerment allows a team to move forward, even when the path isn't perfectly clear. Question 21. A project manager observes that team members often wait for explicit instructions before starting new tasks, even when previous tasks are complete and obvious next steps exist. What action would best foster proactive empowerment? A. Create a detailed, step-by-step task list for each team member to follow. B. Conduct a workshop to help the team define their own workflow, identify dependencies, and prioritize upcoming work. C. Assign a team lead to manage daily task assignments. D. Institute strict performance metrics to penalize delays in starting new tasks. Answer: B. Conduct a workshop to help the team define their own workflow, identify dependencies, and prioritize upcoming work. Empowering a team to be proactive involves enabling them to take ownership of their workflow and decision-making regarding task progression. By facilitating a workshop, the project manager helps the team collaboratively establish internal processes, understand interdependencies, and prioritize tasks themselves. This approach builds their self-management capabilities, fostering autonomy and initiative, rather than simply providing a predefined task list. When a team designs its own processes, it naturally takes greater ownership of the outcomes. Question 22. A project manager has inherited a team that is accustomed to a top-down management style. The project manager wants to transition to a more empowered, collaborative model. What is the most effective initial step? A. Immediately declare that the team is now self-managing and step back completely. B. Start by clearly communicating the vision for an empowered team, then gradually delegate decision-making authority for specific, lower-risk areas. C. Implement new Agile ceremonies like daily stand-ups and retrospectives without further context. D. Conduct individual performance reviews to identify team members who resist empowerment. Answer: B. Start by clearly communicating the vision for an empowered team, then gradually delegate decision-making authority for specific, lower-risk areas. Transitioning a team from a top-down to an empowered model requires careful change management and a phased approach. The most effective initial step is to clearly communicate the new vision, setting expectations, and then gradually introducing empowerment by delegating authority for smaller, lower-risk decisions. This builds trust and capability over time, allowing the team to adapt and gain confidence in their new autonomy without feeling overwhelmed or abandoned. Empowerment is a journey, not a switch, and it starts with clear communication and trust-building steps. Question 23. A project team identifies a critical gap in their current tooling that is hindering their efficiency. They propose a significant investment in new software. To empower the team in this situation, what should the project manager do? A. Immediately approve the purchase to show trust in the team's judgment. B. Ask the team to build a business case for the investment, outlining benefits, costs, and risks, and offer guidance on how to present it. C. Inform the team that budget constraints prevent any new software purchases at this time. D. Research alternative, cheaper solutions independently and present them to the team. Answer B. Ask the team to build a business case for the investment, outlining benefits, costs, and risks, and offer guidance on how to present it. Empowering a team goes beyond simply approving requests. It means enabling them to justify their needs and take ownership of the solution. By asking the team to build a business case and offering guidance, the project manager empowers them to think strategically, articulate their rationale, and demonstrate accountability for the proposed investment. This approach develops their business acumen and reinforces that their input is valued and requires a thoughtful, data-driven approach. An empowered team can advocate for its own needs with solid justification. Question 24. A team member consistently approaches the project manager for solutions to problems that they could likely solve themselves. The project manager wants to encourage independent problem solving. What is the most effective question to ask in response? A. What do you think is the best way to approach this? B. Why are you asking me instead of figuring it out yourself? C. Have you checked the project documentation for a solution? D. When do you need this problem solved by? Answer A. What do you think is the best way to approach this? Empowering team members to solve their own problems involves coaching them to rely on their own judgment and resources. By asking what do you think is the best way to approach this, the project manager shifts the responsibility for problem solving back to the team member, encouraging them to think critically and propose solutions rather than just presenting problems. This open-ended question fosters independent thinking and builds confidence, which is crucial for true empowerment. A great way to empower someone is to turn a question into an opportunity for them to lead. Question 25. The project team has successfully delivered a complex feature ahead of schedule, attributing their success to a new, self-initiated collaborative process they developed. To further empower the team and encourage this behavior, what should the project manager do? A. Document the new process and mandate its use for all future projects. B. Publicly acknowledge the team's achievement and the value of their self-initiated process, encouraging them to share it with other teams. C. Assign the team an even more challenging feature immediately to test their limits. D. Provide a small financial bonus to each team member as a token of appreciation. Answer B. Publicly acknowledge the team's achievement and the value of their self-initiated process, encouraging them to share it with other teams. Empowering a team that has demonstrated successful self-organization involves recognizing their achievement and reinforcing the value of their initiative. Publicly acknowledging their success and encouraging them to share their self-initiated process not only celebrates their accomplishment but also validates their autonomy and expertise, motivating them to continue innovating. This positive reinforcement strengthens the culture of empowerment and spreads good practices across the organization. When a team succeeds on its own terms, celebrate their methods and encourage them to teach others.